this final award, as you've heard, is made to an individual who has made a measurable difference to the legal profession, a distinguished and accomplished professional, an ambassador for enhancing racial diversity in the profession, and one who is widely considered an inspiration to others. The board of the Black Solicitors Network has nominated Grace Ononiwu CBE for this award, as she embodies all of these achievements, values, and more. Grace was appointed as Director of Legal Services within the Crown Prosecution Service in April of this year, with responsibility for providing assurance to the Director of Public Prosecutions on the quality of the legal decision-making and casework progression across a number of CPS areas. She also has thematic responsibility for legal guidance and development and head of profession support. Grace qualified as a solicitor in 1991 and joined a private firm of solicitors practicing criminal law. She joined the Crown Prosecution Service as a Crown Prosecutor and held a number of positions which led to her appointment as Northamptonshire Chief Crown Prosecutor in April 2005, making her the first African Caribbean to be appointed as a Chief Crown Prosecutor in the history of the CPS. In 2009, Grace was appointed into London as Deputy Chief Prosecutor of what was then the largest CPS region with responsibility for the London districts. In 2012, she was appointed Chief Crown Prosecutor for the East of England region, and in 2014 appointed Chief Crown Prosecutor of the West Midlands region, making her the first woman or first black person to hold both posts. Grace has made a significant contribution to the CPS equality and diversity agenda and was previously the chair of the National Black Crown Prosecution Association. She was awarded the ABE in 2008 in recognition of her work with the Crown Prosecution Service and received an honorary doctorate of laws from the University of Hertfordshire in 2017, and that was in recognition for her contribution to justice and the legal system, including her ongoing work to promote legal education. In 2019, Grace was awarded the Commander of the Order of the British Empire, CBE, for services to law and order, and was included in the 2017, 2018, and 2019, as well as the 2020 Power List, which features 100 of the UK's most influential men and women of African Caribbean and African American heritage. In October this year, the Hertfordshire Law Court building was renamed in her honour, the Grace Ononiwu Law Court building, with the official launch in the spring of next year. Grace is a true trailblazer. She also epitomises the mantra of "we rise by lifting others." She has worked tirelessly in paying it forward, paving the way for others to follow her lead, mentoring, coaching, and advocating for the underrepresented within our profession. Many have been recruited into and promoted within the profession because of Grace's intervention and support. This evening, we celebrate and honour an inspiring role model, advocate, and trailblazer, Grace Ononiwu CBE, with the BSN Lifetime Achievement Award.
Hush now, child, and don't cry. Your folks might understand you by and by. Just move on up toward your destination, though you may find from time to time complication.
Whoa. Wow. Lifetime Achievement Award. Makes me feel very ancient. I'd like to thank the BSN. I'd like to thank Paulette and the directors judging panel for this Award. I find this really very humbling. When I started 30 years ago, this room wouldn't have looked like this. I'm so incredibly proud to be receiving this award in this place. Do you know, I told my mother that I was coming here today to pick up the Lifetime Achievement Award. She said, "Oh, that is lovely." And you're not even dead yet. No, I think back, really, to where it all started. In a Nigerian family, there's only 3 professions you could even think about. Lawyer, doctor, accountant. And I picked the lawyer option when I was about 8, when my father got stopped for speeding. And he was speeding, by the way. I said, "Daddy, don't worry. When I'm older, I'll be your lawyer." I had no professional role models. My mother couldn't read or write. She grew up in Nigeria, and she was the child that my grandmother kept behind to help look after the family. So while she couldn't help me with that homework, what she could do, and what she did do, was instill in me the confidence and the enthusiasm to succeed. She allowed me to dream, and she allowed me to hope. I'm sorry, I feel quite emotional, because as I say, this is really very important to me. My mother always used to say to me, "Success comes to those who are brave enough to try. Doing just enough isn't good enough." And some of those principles have stayed with me throughout my professional journey, and I'll share some of those with you. The first is to know your business. Work hard. You can't compensate for hard work. You can't control a lot of the things around you, but you can control how disciplined you are and how focused you are in developing your craft. And just as I say, know your business, I've learned to mind my business too. People are too busy trying to figure out what other people are doing. It's not my concern. My concern is understanding that everyone has their own path, they have their own journey. So I never compete, because to compete, you need to know where people are. You need to know where they are all the time. Look over your right shoulder, your left shoulder, instead of looking straight ahead and using your periphery vision to be aware of what's around you. Mind your business. The third thing is to be yourself. I learned a long time ago, as challenging as that is in a professional environment, you try to be something else. But you have no choice but to be yourself, because everyone else is taken. I guess the fourth thing is to be a good person. I work every day at that, believe it or not. Because you see, you're not in every room. You're not privy to every conversation. What will they say about you? My mother used to always say, the higher the monkey climbs, the more you can see of their backside. I guess the final thing for me is that you don't pull the ladder up. I think for someone with many firsts, It's great. It only matters to me as long as I'm not the last. So I observe time and time again as people stand on podiums like this and tell people who are about to start their journey how difficult it is, how challenging it all is, how unfair it all is. That's true. But what I don't hear so much of is, and then what? It's unfair, and then what? It's challenging, and then what? We need to spend more time helping our people in showing them the how to combat these challenges and how to overcome these barriers so that they can progress and they can be that agent for change. We've got to give people hope, because if people don't have hope, they stop trying. And if that little girl at 8 wasn't given hope, I wouldn't be where I am today. So I guess we're not done. The journey continues. Thank you very much and good night.